Good morning. So what happened to June? Today is Thursday, June 28th, and I haven't done a garden tour yet. So if I'm going to do one, it better happen now. So we are out here this morning with coffee. I usually drink my coffee with my dog, so today I'm going to drink it with y'all. And I'm going to give you a quick tour around the garden. It's a little crazy at the moment because I'm fighting some critters, and I've got some pretty funny looking things going on. So anyway, we're going to take a tour this morning. Welcome to Garden Preserve. I'm Carter. I'm so glad you're here today. Alright, we're going to start this morning with this crazy little bed here. This is the bed where I pulled out all of the bolted onions and made the onion jam. You can see I've got some flowers in here. I have some peppers in here. I have one leftover Roma tomato in here without any type of support yet. So I do need to get that fixed, but I want to show you what's going on. See all this crazy green rope? Well, see that flower back there? Something, I'm suspecting a bunny, has been decapitating everything. Peppers, flowers. He's not gotten to the tomatoes, but I'll show you some of the pepper issues I'm having. So this green rope, I don't know if it's going to keep him out or if he's just sitting there laughing at me and enjoying his breakfast. But anyway, we'll see. I have also, to keep the bunnies out, you know, we have this bunny fencing. Let me show you this real quickly. The strawberry plant on wild. So you can see we have some, oh, you can see a bunny right over there in my neighbor's yard on the other side of the bunny fencing. I don't know if that's my culprit or not. But anyway, we have the bunny fencing up, a couple of layers of bunny fencing. And then David found at the hardware store some all-natural essential oil covered pellets or something like that. So I put that down, and I'm not sure how we're doing yet, but I do think that my plants are being eaten less. So this is a jalapeno that got decapitated fairly early on. You can see it's recovering quite nicely, branching out all over the place, lots of new growth. Finally see some new blossoms there. So that one is going to make it, but I have a couple others to show you that may not make it. I am getting very good pepper set. If you recall, I did a very early harvest of my jalapenos, and they were not huge at the time, but I wanted to get that early set off because I wanted the plant already thinking about the next generation. So let's see. This plant has had his branches eaten off. You can see that he's looking a little spindly. This one was decapitated twice. So you can see he's sprouting down below, and he's trying to come back. And he might make it. I hope he does. We'll see. This one over here was also decapitated a couple of times. As you can see, this little bunny, I swear, you would think it wouldn't be that hard to outsmart a bunny. But apparently it is. I have some hot cherry tomatoes over here. I've picked several red ripe ones so far and a bunch of green ones. And David likes the hot pickles, so I've been doing that. My herb bed, good grief. I don't know what happened to my herb bed. Neglect. That's about all I can say. Here is a third, actually, batch of onions. These were just some leftovers. And they're actually doing okay. These beds are not irrigated at all. I do try to water them when I have the hose out, but they're actually doing okay. I know they're laying down now, but we just have a little wind tunnel going here through the backyard, so sometimes that happens. These are Santa Fe Grands. As you can see, I have some really good pepper set there. Some that are ripening. These are some of my favorites once they turn colors to mix with banana peppers. Get a beautiful jar. The heat level of the mix is just right for me. Pretty happy with those. Apparently, the bunny likes them too. You can see this one has been decapitated. But here we go. More peppers coming in. This was supposed to be a Santa Fe Grand, but if you can see the way this is ripening and the color that this is staying up until there, not looking very Santa Fe Grandish to me. So I may have mismarked that one. So these are all Santa Fe Grand up here, and then we move into the banana peppers, which are doing phenomenally well these days. So I have that same green crazy roping because, as you can see, the bunny or whatever also likes the parsley and did all the decapitating there. This pepper was hit a little bit early on. As you can see all that new growth down below. That was its reaction to it. But it seems to be doing okay. We have peppers there now. So let's talk about, oh, here we go. Okay, so this sad looking thing was a banana pepper. You can see there's a hole in it down toward the bottom there. And then it has turned to brown mush. This is not my first pepper to do this. In fact, it's probably the fourth. The other two have been larger peppers. And I don't know what it is. I didn't have this problem last year. I didn't have this going on in Atlanta. This is my second year here. So if anyone has any idea what is, looks like they're just stinging or burrowing in, and then I just get this bundle of grossness. So I've been picking those off, and I'm hoping that's going to stop. Didn't get these other peppers. So it is sharing with me, but whatever it is, I don't like it. Lots of banana peppers going on here. They're actually everywhere. Alright, so that's my peppers. Now we're going to look at a really sad looking bed. They're supposed to look like this. These are my potatoes. So this is a 8 by 4 foot bed. The entire right half of this bed is Kennebec potatoes. The entire left half of this bed is Nicola. Those are little golden potatoes. So they're getting close. The Kennebecs are 80 to 100 days or 90 to 100 days. And the Nicolas are 100 to 130 days. And we are right at 100 days, 101, 102, something like that. So I pulled one of each plant yesterday, and I would like them to size up just a little bit more. So I'm going to let them go a little bit longer. We're having a barbecue here on July 4th, and so I wanted them to be out by now because people who don't garden don't understand that this is how they're supposed to look. But anyway, that may not happen. Alright, let's see. Sweet potatoes. A few more onions in this bed. Looking kind of sad. Sweet potatoes. Remember last time we were in the garden, I told you about the deer eating the leaves off all my little sweet potato slips. Well, they came back. They came back absolutely fine. Looks like I have some weeds in there as well. But I do have this netting over it. I had it over it last year because I would walk outside and the deer would still be eating the sweet potato leaves. So this time I'm just going to try to stop them from the very beginning. Okay, cherry tomatoes. Love my cherry tomatoes. So they'll go up and over the arch. Both sides are almost to the top right now. So the left side over here has 2 tomatoes on it. I think that they are sun cherry, which is a variety I had not tried before, but they're tasty. And they seem to be doing well. This is Sweet Million. And last year, this thing was insane. It looks like I'd planted 4 plants there. But it's in the bed with the potatoes, and I think that they are just sapping all the energy. So I know it is ready for me to get the potatoes out of here. So I'll be doing that soon. Now I want you to see my next attempt at thwarting the animals. These bags, I have organza bags all over the garden. And so far they are working, except on the strawberries, where I have something, not a bunny, obviously, but a squirrel or a bird climbing up my green stalk or flying down and landing on my green stalk, pulling off the organza bags and eating the strawberries. So I don't know what to do about that. Alright, I'll give you a quick look at the deck here. David is sealing the deck up there, which is why this is such a mess. There's the green stalk, and here's the little party area with the big umbrella that I love so much. So it's going to be fun to have a party here on July 4th. We just had the deck finished not too long ago, and we haven't really had a party since. Alright, let's get over to the first round of Roma tomatoes. These things are going crazy. I've already pulled off a bunch of ripe tomatoes. I have loads and loads and loads of them in here. They're just everywhere. So this is very exciting to me. Very exciting. That one plant probably has 25 tomatoes on it right now. So that is just terrific. So I have 8 plants in there. And then if we turn around, try to turn you slowly. This is round number 2 of the Romas. So they just went in, I think it was mid-June, so just a couple of weeks ago. So they're looking pretty good. Unfortunately, they went in when it was really hot, so we did struggle a bit. But they're looking okay. I have little tomatoes down there. They're doing okay. Again with the rope, because look at this pepper. The bunny really liked this pepper. I don't think he's going to recover. He's trying, but it's not going to be in time, I don't think. I have a few little cabbages left. These are relatively shady down here. So they are still here. They're hard. I can pick them anytime. But I have like 8 cabbages I've just brought in this week. So I'm going to leave them a little bit longer. If they start to look really rough during the heat, I'll pull them. These are, oh, my little tomato escaped his cage. Let's see if we can fix him. These are a couple of leftover Romas. There we go. Oh, doesn't want to stay. There we go. A couple of leftover Romas. And then the Purple Rain. Purple Rain is a very, very sturdy plant. So I have a little bit of fruit set. Maybe not as much down low as I would like. This one here has some nice fruit set. So I'm excited to try those. I haven't had one ripen yet. But we'll see. That right there is a potato I missed from last year. Not going to amount to anything. This is butternut squash. It's actually honey nut squash, the little baby ones. I stuck it over here because where I had it last year, I have tomatoes this year, and I thought it could just kind of grow out here and along the fence. But I did not think my Brussels sprouts were going to be here this long. Look at those things. They're huge. And they're still going strong. I don't see any signs of stress at all on them. I mean, they look beautiful. They look really nice. The little sprouts are starting down there. We're going to be 99 degrees tomorrow. So I expected these to be long gone, not because they had matured, but because the heat took them before my little honey nut squash really needed to get going. This one is looking a little yellow, but I don't know. I think I'm going to leave my Brussels sprouts, let them continue. Look at this. Little sprouts there are getting big. So I think I'm going to keep going with the sprouts and see if I can actually manage to get some this year. I got a couple of handfuls last year in the fall. I think it was in the fall. So we're going to see. But I'll just go buy some butternut squash, and I'm okay with that. Okay. Well, let's see. I'm not even seeing what I want you to see. Okay. This is Purple Rain again. Nice fruit set here. It's in this barrel. And you can see the blackberries have taken over everything. I'll take you over to see that shortly. Alright, let's cut through. Woo. Let's avoid the wasp or the hornet. See him? There he is. We're going to go around. We're just going to give him his space. Okay, this is the double wall of tomatoes. Been pretty pleased with this. I'm not getting a tremendous amount of tomatoes yet. However, I'm doing okay given how bad the year was last year. With the heat, it was just absolutely crazy. So I have 3 Brandywine pinks here. Getting some, reasonable fruit set there. Which I always want more, especially from these because they're my favorites. This is Oaxacan Jewel. You can see one ripening up down there in a bag. Well, Hawk and Jewel last year and this year was the first to give me fully ripe tomato. This year, I'll stick a picture of it in there. Something ate my first ripe one. Big old hunks taken out of it. So I don't know what that was, but that's when I started bagging my tomatoes. Whatever it is, it's not going to outsmart me there. And then we have, this is Sun Peach. Again, they're almost at the top. And this is, 100, Super Sweet 100. It is right here. So you can see these are coming in really well. Oh, the neighbors just came out. So these are doing great. Now let's go talk about the blackberries. I have blackberries all up and down this fence. The whole way. So last year I had a few blackberries, but the birds or something ate the rest. So again, in my quest to be smarter than the critters this year, I have bagged all of my berries. Once they turn red, I put them in an organza bag. Yeti said pain in the tuchus to then go pick a berry, but that's okay. At least I'm going to get some this year. So I have bags and bags on huge clusters of berries. So I'm so excited about that this year. So let's take a look at this side of the tomato wall. And here's one thing I wanted to show you. See that thing? It is solar. It is supposed to gather all its energy during the day, and then the eyes are supposed to glow at night to scare off predators. It's supposed to be about 4 feet off the ground for the deer. Well, I looked outside last night. I just put them up, and there was no glowing. None at all. So I don't know whether I did something wrong or they're just not working. But anyway, there was no glowing, so I'm still fighting the deer. So this is Ananas Noir. It's another great producer. Loved it last year. Loving it again this year. It's just, there are little tomatoes coming in everywhere. These are my cucumbers. These are Boston pickling cucumbers, which are my favorite for pickling. I don't eat a lot of fresh cucumbers. I'm not sure why. I think too many as a kid, maybe. But I do have, let's see if I can find, there's a little baby cucumber coming on, so I'm so excited. I only did 2 this year because last year I had 3 plants and I was just pickled out. Absolutely pickled out. So Berkeley tie-dye. This one I'm really excited about. I don't have any ripe tomatoes yet, but of course over in Christine's garden, she had a ripe tomato, and we had one earlier this week with dinner, and it was fantastic. So I'm very excited about that. This is Sun Gold, and this is Sun Sugar, which produced my first cherry tomato this year, and has been very prolific. So I'm very excited about my wall of tomatoes, and I hope everybody survives the 99 degrees. As you can see, the ground is wet where I've been irrigating these. I'm running them twice a day right now. Not my favorite thing to do, but you do what you gotta do when it's 99 degrees. So here's the other side of this bed of Romas. And you can see they're just as prolific over here. I pulled off, I don't know, not many yet, but maybe half a dozen that I didn't want the animals to get to. Basil's looking great. A few peppers. These were just leftover peppers. That's a Santa Fe Grand. But that's my garden, the end of June. And I'm so glad I was able to show it to you, even though I am late. Let me put this down here. My coffee put down. Okay, so the selfie shot is not something I've ever practiced. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed my garden tour, and I'm so glad that you were here with me today. Please tell me how your garden is going. Like the video, share it. I don't know. Tell me I'm going to win against these animals. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.